Alright, if you just watched the last video of being at the dyno with Ruthie, you see it didn't go all that well. First time we went better than this time, even though we didn't have a fuel cord. So, I don't know. I think it either shitted up a plug or it's had a coil breaking down in it. Because one coil did die on the way back from the dyno the first time. We had to pull this off the trailer and drive it home because the rear went out in the truck. And number 3 coil went out. So I had a coil here for this car, an extra one, but it was used, but it was an extra one. So not sure. And maybe that coil is not that great and it was breaking down under load because anything above 3,000 RPM on this car, it was starting to stutter and break up and laboring real bad. The very first bull was the best one. It backed up what it made. The week before, we didn't change anything in the tune. We were just on initial. And it put down 508 on the first bull, and that was like 40 pounds of boost. And from there, it just said, straight downhill. Then it got to where I think it made a pull to 3,900 in the last video and made, well, I don't know, four something, I don't know. And then from there, like I said, it just kept getting less and less and less because it kept misfiring every time we was trying to do anything with it. We traced everything down. I disconnected the watt box, bypassed it, thinking maybe it was breaking down internally. It was not. So I was going to take it off anyway, so at least it's unhooked now. All I got to do is pull it out of the car. I'm going to take the 6R stager off it today. Get all the factory harness back together in it. And then I got a new set of plugs I'm going to put in it. I got to do oil change too because we've been beating on our dyno for 2 times. Got the old iridiums. I'm going to gap those back down to 18 like what's in it now. Seems like anything above 18 it blows spark out, especially with that much boost. So that's today's game plan on this car. Just a little bit of service on it. I did get another coil. It's supposed to be here in a little while, they told me. So do a little service on this thing. I'm hoping that's the issue. Because it sounds like it's in the ignition to me on a dyno the way it was sputtering. The tuner said he couldn't see anything on his end. The AFRs look beautiful and this and that, but like he said, it's kind of like a, I guess ECM or whatever on this one is kind of, all of them, but it does like collective. So I guess if one cylinder's dying out, running rich, the computer's going to compensate for it, I'm assuming. And the AFRs still stay beautiful. They weren't. But car was 100% misfiring. Badly. So we didn't like beat on it. We were in danger sets and trying to tear it up. Pulled the plugs out. All the plugs actually look good at the dyno. Checked around for vacuum leaks. We did everything we could think of at the dyno. I meant to bring a set of plugs with me, but they didn't have them in stock. So I just got those today. But I think it's the coil that put in it. That coil we had laying around here, I'm pretty sure it's probably shitty. So that's probably the issue with it. I'm hoping. I don't really have no idea. Because this car here always seems to throw me for a loop. So I can work on that and everything else all day long with my eyes closed and everything just goes click-clack. This car, I don't know why. I don't think it likes me. All right, let's get started on this thing. Yeah, at least the oil looks good anyway. I broke it in, changed the oil. And then we've been, having it on dyno the last couple times. I forgot to just change it again just to make sure. I've been beating on it. I emptied the catch can out yesterday. But it seems to be doing all right. I mean, it definitely, oil looks new still. Humongous plus right there on that one. And then still got a gap of plugs. Yeah, so far everything is looking good. I will say that snowstorm played hell on her yesterday. Look at that. Sheesh, she's a roughing. It's going to need lots and lots of cleaning now. I had just washed it right before we went to the dyno with it. Look at that. Looks like they ran into a field. Oh well. So here we go. 1 through 4. And this right here, I think I may have cracked it taking it out just now. I get it zoom in, there you go. Because I had it out of the dyno and that was not cracked before. Or I may have cracked it, put it back in, 1 to 2. Either way, it had a misfire before that. So I don't think it's a smoking gun. No, but it's going to help. But here they are. They say 1. The they all look, I mean, fairly decent. I mean, like I say, other than that, which I don't know if I did that putting it back in at the dyno or taking it out just now. Really don't know. There's no real indication, I don't know. This is the coil that I had put in it. But I say there's no real smoking gun here. I got them all at 18. It's not like it's blowing a spark out or nothing. But I will say that number 3 coil, let me get a light here real quick because the wire, which is weird because I can't see anywhere where it came from. I've looked everywhere. But for some reason or another, I don't know if I see it or not, but the connector itself actually has oil in it. So I'm gonna clean that out real good too. I mean, oil's a conductor. I've searched everywhere. Like it's not, you know, leaking out of here. None of the other coils have it. The coil I took out doesn't have any oil on it. I'm not exactly sure where that came from, but it's not good to have it in there. So I'm gonna gap all those 18. Put it all back together. This is the coil, like I said, that I had replaced. That I had laying around here. It was an old one. Maybe it's a little weak, so I do have a new one that I'll replace that one with. All right, let me gap these up real quick, and we'll get back at it. All right, I'm sure this is my mess up. Obviously, no one works on it. Somehow or another, I don't know how I did it, but number 3 plug, when I was checking the gap on them all, just make sure again, was at 25. The other 3 were 18. This was at 25. So I mean, it could have been blowing spark out of number 3. Definitely could have been an issue there. And maybe I cracked number 2 putting it back in at the dyno. I'm not sure. But I do know, like I was showing you, it is cracked. And I took and gapped the new plugs at 18, all 4. Oh, I just use a feeler gauge. Easiest way to do it for me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and slam those back in there real quick. All right, let's go ahead and get these in. I cleaned up that connector on this thing too. And I put number 2 coil, a new one on it. So I'm really hoping with that little bit of plug gap difference there, it was definitely at 25, it would definitely blow the spark out. Not that it's changed since the last dyno, but I mean, I am very hopeful here. I know it doesn't help it. Number 2 plug, I may have cracked that putting it back in at the dyno, because I know when we put that dyno, it was not cracked, like I said. But obviously it didn't help after I put it back in at the dyno. I just made things worse with that one. So, oh, there's one more thing I wanted to do too. We did bypass this vacuum line down here when we were looking, just trying to everything that we could find to work. So I do want to put that back to the old factory, the way it should be. Find me a little tiny screwdriver here. Put that back. I did replace the clamp on the intercooler also because it broke at the first dyno session, and we kind of put just a worm clamp on it. It helped. Wasn't nothing wrong with that, but I actually put the correct clamp back on it. That belongs there. I went ahead and put a new one on that. So everything will be right the way it belongs. But this clamp really down in there, isn't it? I just want to make sure everything on my end is 100% before we get to the dyno again, because I thought we were ready this time. apparently we were not at all. My fault. 100% my fault, because I should have. They didn't have plugs in stock around me. I should have had ordered them ahead of time. I didn't. And I probably should have just went ahead and got new coils from the get-go when being done with it. And I did not do that either. So a lot of negatives on my part on that one. But I guess it happens, right? Dad used to say hard head makes for a soft ass. And it was me hard headed, I guess. And it bit me in the ass instead. They're really on there. That little hose plug there, good lord. I ain't got to worry about that one popping off, good lord. Get my big tool. See if we can make it work with that. Maybe. Yeah, we bypassed like the brake booster and everything else. The last time we went to the dyno, we was thinking maybe it had like a vacuum leak or something over here. Just like we were checking on this one. We're pretty much trying to wing everything just to see what would happen. And didn't work out for us. We'll say, I didn't think I needed a pipe on it. That thing's in there. Yeah, it's moving now. Got you on the run now, don't worry, baby girl. Maybe. Let me get myself all soaked. Yeah, we got her on the run. Alright. Get closer. There you are. Alright. Pretty much, yeah, like I said, we were trying everything. Just see if it would work. And it did not. Like I said, our first pool yesterday, it backed up what we had did last week. So, I mean, we were okay there. Make sure I didn't hook it off the butter mount, which I don't know why these have vacuum going through the butter mounts, but they do. Yeah, it's funny. So it seemed like it was an okay start, but it did seem like it labored for some reason or other. I don't know why to get there, which could have been either maybe the oil in that one connector on number 3 was kind of like crossing it up. Could have been the gap number 4 plug decided it wanted to show its space, or could have been that coil I swapped out here on number 2. I mean, there's a lot of variables. A lot of variables there. That's the issue. So that's why I am undoing all that. So this way, hopefully we have a nice fresh start for next time we go to dyno, and we'll try to do it maybe next weekend. I know this car can put down 650 tire. I know it can. It's hit 571 so far. It did 604 last year on 28 pounds, less boost. Different dyno, but on 28 pounds boost, it went 604. And we got 42 running through it last week. And yesterday we got 40 pounds once, and that was on our first pull when it made 508. And after that, we never got up above 30, and it just kept dropping because it kept breaking up. We couldn't get no RPM out or nothing. Alright, so all of them are in there now. Try starting this thing up. See how it sounds. I won't be able to tell much in here, I mean, because it didn't do it until you started getting up in the boost, and you can't get up in the boost in here, obviously. Ugh. I'd be happy if it gets rid of that little stutter down to the main bottom there when you kind of like going across the parking lot or something. You just barely touch the gas. This thing actually has a big all gas cam in it, but it doesn't. I don't know why. I guess I really don't know why. I have no idea why. Right now, it's still on the cold start, so I drive on high. Don't want to run too long here, so I don't die. And the door's closed. I ain't opening, but it's freezing outside. I mean, it's always sounded good idling, so I don't really know. Can't say I really helped a whole lot there. Won't really know until we can either take it out and beat on it, or get it back on the dyno. That's the only way we're able to tell. And right now, it's you can tell by looking at the car. Obviously, we had a storm, so that's obviously not going to happen anytime soon. I think he's got a little exhaust leak right here somewhere. Could be wrong, but kind of sounded like it. But I don't know. I really don't know. The thing is, too, when it's cold, it kind of opens up a bypass like all new cars. They heat up the cat, which don't have a cat on it, and it sounds a little funky like that at first. So, for secondary air. Ow, Todd. Not really any different, so. I don't know. Try to put a little load in it and see if it breaks up or does anything like that, I guess. But I doubt I can do anything in there with concrete. Ugh. That's smooth all through there right there. Or does that little hesitation now? Yep, so does it. Alright, I had to build the first time here. I was like, hey, hang on, maybe I'll think something about it. Let's see, if you just barely smack it and get it up above like 1500, the hesitation goes away, which is dumb. I don't know why. Like I said, it's hard to tell. I'm putting on a load right there, but it's not a dyno load. I mean, it's probably only making 10 pound of grease right there or something, probably. Getting old. Where is? Alright, I'm gonna shut it off so I don't die up in here. Back door up so the battery don't stay on. Kill the battery. Really? Yeah, battery stay on. Radio stay on. Kill the battery. So that is that. Did I fix anything? No clue. I don't know if I can take her out and beat dog snot out of her. Kind of excited for a second. I kind of thought I fixed that little low misfire thing here, but I did not. Let me pop off the 6R stager. That's where all these wires down in here, can't see them under your angle there, but that's where all these came into play at, which is right here. Where? Right here. Snatch that crap out of her. Yeah, all these wires. Right there. That was for the watt box, which I may put on Mayo, on my box body. Because it's good for stick shift cars. I don't know why they wanted it on here. So did I fix anything? Don't know. Don't know at all. Because it always sounded clean, idling. So, I don't know. That was probably 10 pounds just now up on the, that was foot brake. I didn't hit the trans brake. And that's probably about 3,100, 3,000. but then I wanted to break back tires. That's why I had to stop. I hope I fixed it. I hope I fixed something going on here. But it sounded clean. So what do you guys think on the next dyno day? You think it's actually going to run right? You think it's going to break up again? You think it's going to put 700 to the tire? 700 would be sweet. Got another quarter quart. But I know it's got 650 head tire. Got to have 650 tire. I know that for a fact. No way. 700 would be super nice, but I know 650 definitely got it. If we can get this car in the high 10s this year, it would be sweet. I know my wife's saying goals 990s with this car. I might have to put this thing on diet. I know that. I hate to strip it. But I may strip it just for that reason. Just so she can get that good pass and we'll put all the shit back in the car. But it needs to drop 500 pounds. Where am I going to get that out of this car? I do not know. But it's got to lose some weight. Man, I'm going to take all the interior completely out except for the driver's seat this year sometime or another. Just do like a comparison. Once we get it running good the way it is. Once it's running good the way it is, I'm going to start taking weight out of it, and then we can play around with that on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like, here's what we took out of it, here's what it runs. We'll see if that helps out. But right now, I mean, I did find, like I said, a couple issues with that plug gap on number 4. Number 2 cracked, which I think I did that probably put the plug back in at the dyno, I'm not sure. Oil in number 3, coil plug. I mean, that all these little things could add up equal to where we were at of it being a little funky on us. So I guess we're going to find out maybe again next weekend. Might see if the dyno's open again, and then we'll get it back on rollers and see what happens. Because I think it's got 650. Everybody on here, go down below, punch in what you guys think it's going to make horsepower wise, and then we'll see. I should have like a little giveaway for that kind of shit, but I don't. I'm Poe, man, I'm Poe. This thing takes all my money and all of them and everything else. You guys know how it is. So, take a guess, man. See what you guys think it's going to make. I still think it's got 650 in it. 650 put this car in 1080s. It's got the mile an hour 1080s there already. Gotta do it. You gotta do it, girl. I know you can do it. Please do it. Just run. Run nice. Alright guys, I'm out.